Good morning. So let me get myself positioned here. Okay, good morning. Oops, can't see me for now. So today I'm going to talk a little bit about bursitis of the hips and arthritis of the hips. Some people have been asking me questions about that. So I'm just going to kind of explain how our class kind of works with that stuff, and so that you can keep exercising without inflaming and hurting those hips and joints. I'm going to show you a couple of tools. You don't have to have them because there's always variations around all these things, but these are the Pilates little, they call them Pilates balls, and they blow up. They're a little squishier. You can blow them to whatever things, and they're a little stickier. And I usually get a 9-inch one. They're somewhere around $12. But those are kind of fun to have for a lot of different exercises, especially for your legs and thighs. This is another Pilates tool. It's called the magic ring. Every time I think about this magic ring, I think about Captain Kangaroo. But, and I see so-and-so, and I see so-and-so. All right. Okay. So I think it's 11 o'clock. I'm going to start over again here. So good morning, everybody. Colleen here, Senior Fitness. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about hip arthritis and trochanteric bursitis. We'll do our regular workout too, but I'll kind of point out some different things. But a couple of tools I want to talk about. First, this is the magic ring, and it contracts and squeezes. It's really good for arm exercises, but it's always good for hip exercises too. So I'll demonstrate a couple things with that. And then you can take your regular bands that you get from PT, and you keep some long, and you might take some of them, and you might tie them in a knot so that we can do like clam stuff. And I'll talk about that too. And then the Pilates ball, you can have it whatever squishy amount that you want. So today I am going to have my chair, my water bottle, my weights, my resistance band, and I think I need to go back just a little bit further so that you can see me standing now. Perfect. Okay, so we'll start standing without music for a minute, and I'm going to put the music on. But first of all, let's just kind of march on. I'm going to talk a little bit. So if you've got pain in one hip or the other, and it's down kind of deep in the hip where your trochanter with the leg and the hip joints, anything that you do that puts a lot of weight on that leg is going to cause more problems. So when you're standing, you want to try to stand straight rather than we do how we do this. Okay, so that would be one thing. You want to avoid crossing your legs one way or the other. When you sleep at night, like say your right hip hurts, and then you sleep on the other side, well, this leg kind of ends up folding over. So you want to sleep with a pillow between your legs, and that'll keep this leg straight so you don't have a lot of problems with it. Things are kind of common sense, especially at our age. Not a whole lot of jumping, running. You might notice when you go upstairs and you put all the weight on that one leg, that might be kind of painful. So those are kind of some of the things that you want to avoid. Now, that doesn't mean we can't do anything. Walking is really still good. Swimming, doing, running and walking exercises in the pool. Biking or the stationary bikes that you might have in the gym over there. And then, of course, low impact exercise where we're not coming off the ground, okay? Once in a while I'll do a little pony thing or something, but you don't have to do any of that stuff, okay? So the first exercise that I want to do before we get started is just a standing glute exercise, okay? And so I'm going to, you probably want to go tilt, but I'm going to squeeze my glutes really, 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 really tight. And I squeeze my hands because that kind of helps me do it. And so you squeeze them really tight, really tight, really tight, really tight, and then you relax. Okay? Squeeze them, and you can be sitting in the chair doing this too. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. and relax. So sometimes when we have an injury, we think, oh, how can I exercise? Go ahead, squeeze. So isometric exercises where there's not a whole lot of movement going on in the muscle, it's still using the muscle, but without having to jump around and do all different kinds of things, okay? So that's kind of a nice exercise that you can do in the grocery store. Wherever you want, you can get some nice glute squeezes, and that's going to tighten up the glutes and the thighs and kind of keep all of this nice and strong. The other one I want to emphasize this morning is the pelvic tilt. So the pelvic tilt, my knees are bent a little bit, okay? And then I'm going to turn my pelvis up and then let it rock back. So up and back. Now, pelvic tilts can be done standing, like right here, or I can do it laying down in the morning. It's one of the nicest things I like to do before I get out of bed. I'll lay in bed with my back on the bed and my knees up, and I'll do some little pelvic tilts. Okay? So that pelvic tilt, it stretches the abs, the back, the quads, and the thighs. So it's just kind of a great thing. The last one I want to mention is bridges. And bridges are something you're going to have to do in your bed. The same thing, but you're lying down, your knees are up, and then you lift your hips up. I just put quickly here, if you guys can see it, I don't know. Okay, where I lift my hips up like that. Okay, so bridges gets those hips up and gets them moving back and forth. All right, music time. Let's get going. Oh no. We don't have it magnified loud here. 1 second.
Still, it's a real good night. The best is yet to come.
All right, let's march. March, march, march. Give me a little kick to the front. Kick, 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 kick. I could be doing this in the chair. Kick, kick, kick. Good. Take it out, kick across. Diagonal. Kick, kick. So we're getting those legs kind of crossing midline a little bit here. Kick, 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 kick. Take those toes, tap to the front, tap, 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 tap on the abdomen, push, push, push. All right, get those tap. Now I'm going to take those taps to the back. Tap, 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 tap. Now if you have balance issue, hold on to the chair. Otherwise, you can lift them up now. Lift, 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 lift. Perfect. All right, and back to center and march. So any leg extensions to the front, maybe a lift, kick, are going to be good for that hip. Lift, lift, knee, up. So I'm taking it in, out, in, out, in, out. And then all of those leg lifts to the back are also going to help kind of warming up those hips. And let's take a little side, side, side. And you can just tap it if you want. Or you can lift a little bit. Lift, lift, lift. Perfect. And let's bring it back to center. March, march, march. I'm going to come down to my chair. I'm going to take it out and back, out and back, out and back, out, out and back, out, out. Adding arms, bigger arms here, out, bring together, out, together, out, and out, out, perfect, back and out. Last one each side. Back to center and march, 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 march. Now, I'm going to take this ball. I'm going to put it between my thighs. If you don't have a ball, I blend, don't I? If you don't have a ball, you take your fist, and you take your fist here, and push out. Or you take your hands on the outside and push in. Okay, so the ball right now, I'm pushing in. So I have my fist on the inside pushing out. Hold, hold, hold. Perfect. I squeeze. The ball just gives us something to squeeze in, so I will pulse it. See my knees kind of going in and out. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Okay, so that's where the ball will come in. Give me a little tap, tap, tap. Cross the body, cross, 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 cross. Very good. And back to the center, take it out, out, bring it back. Out, 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 out. And bring it back to center. Give me a little bounce, bounce, bounce with the shoulders relax. Take the left leg, baby step. Out, out, and in. In, out, out. So any of the exercises that cause a little pain, try sitting down and try doing. Give me some jacks here. Out and out. And those of you who don't have any pain, yay, you can just do everything in full force. All right, let's go ahead. Grab a sip of water and let's stand up. All right, let's go. So march, march, march. Take a little double step. So double and double and double. Pushing it out. Push. Both hands down. Push and push. And scooping down and push. Push and push. Push. You can add a little bit more lively to this. Lovely. Maybe a little more of a little swing. Boom. You know, a little jump on the end if that feels okay. 2, 1, 2. All right, and let's bring it to the center and give me some rows. So row and pulling back. Really bringing the shoulders together. It feels so good. We spend so much time over computers and books, and TV and driving. Everything kind of comes forward. So we want to bring it back. Let's pull it down here. Pull down. And pull down. Perfect. Pull down. And pull. I'm going to add a little hitchhike here, so take it back. And back. Back. Just turn that thumb back a little bit. Yeah, a little hips there, that feels good. All right, last one each way. Take those hands down low. Maybe bend over just a little bit. A little bit of a squat, kind of. Pulsing those hands down. And if you want a little bit more energy, you can do a little 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 2 and 3 and 4. And let's check something. The volume was not the way up. 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Good. Okay, get up high, push it up, and up. And push, and push, push. And last one, push. Back to center and march, march. Give me some double hips right here. So double, 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 double. Single it out. So single, 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 single. And then take it for a nice little roll all the way around. So if anybody has pain in those hips, just be careful. If you take it too far out, it might push on that bursa. And back the other way. So I think most of us know that especially with arthritis, you want to keep moving it. Okay, bursa, you don't want to push on it. Sometimes people, the massage therapists, people come, oh, I got bursitis. I don't want to push on the bursa. I might massage around the muscles, all the way in the area, but definitely I don't want to push on that bursa. That would not feel good. Then we do a little grapevine, grapevine, grapevine. 2, 3, step, touch, step, touch, step, touch. I'm adding a little reach with the same hand, same leg. Reach, forward look, grapevine. 1, 2, 3, grapevine. 1, 2, perfect, grapevine. Step and reach, step and reach, step and reach. Last one. And step, reach, step, reach, step, reach, reach. Good. Let's grab some of the water. Bring that down just a little bit. All right, good. Let's come back to center. Let's do a little basic mambo. So forward and back, forward and back, forward. Take it to the side. Now take it out and out. 3 and 4. Take it to the back, back, and 2, 3, and 4. Good. Other side, forward, and 2, 3, and 4. Take it to the side, out and back, out and back. 3 and 4. Take it to the back, so my legs come behind, and 2, 3, and 4. Now I'm going to switch back to that right leg and go for 2. 2, take it to the side, out. 2, take it to the back, back, and 2. Switching now, left foot comes forward, and 2, take it to the side, 2, and 2. Take it to the back. We're going to take it all the way around, 1, 1, 1, 1. So 1, and 1, and back. Switch, left, and side, and back. Now give me a little roll to the front. Roll, 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 and tap. Back, and tap. Doing a little one-legged squat there. Tap. 2, 3, back, 2, 3. Perfect. Now right here, give me a little stomp, kick, hold. And hold. Stomp, kick, hold. 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 You do the seated too. Stomp, kick, hold. Last one each side. Good. Now march it out. Let's get some knee lifts here. So I'm going to do up, up, up. Now keep in mind, a lot of people ask about core exercises. Anytime I'm lifting the knee, I'm making that forward. Up, 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 up. So if you can get it up higher, then you'll get more work. Let's do it for 2 here. So 2, really switch your weight. 2, and 2, and 2, 2, and 2. Now take it 4, 4, 3, 2. And you might be holding on to a counter or onto a chair, that's fine. Give me a little kick across. Kick, kick, kick. Perfect. Let's do a little soccer kick here. We're going to take it up, up, up. I'm just turning that heel in and up, up, up. I can take it a little higher and reach the hands towards that foot. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can take it to the back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Off to the side. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Marching it out. I'm going to take elbow to knee. I'm going to pull it in. Pull. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to switch sides. I could be in the chair, just doing the arm, or just lifting the knee. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. March. 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 How are we doing? Everybody doing okay? I've been getting emails like crazy. Just want to make sure that something's not going wrong. Good. Just want to make sure you guys are seeing me and hearing me. All right, march it out. March, march, march. Give me a little leg lift. Side and down. Side and down. Side, and side, and side. Good. Now take it to beat. Take it down, 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 down. Perfect. Push, push, push. And we're keeping it low impact. So if you have any issues in the knees and hips, you want to keep low impact. If you don't, you can add a little extra bounce on anything that I'm doing. Or if you can't be standing, you can do some of the stuff. We can do this one, sit in a chair. All right, bringing it back to center. March it out, grab a quick sip of water. We're gonna come back to that. Make sure you're staying hydrated. All right, so now let's take those for double. So I'm gonna go double, push to the center, and double, push, and double. Yeah, nice. Double, and double. We're gonna take our dog in to the vet. He's having valley fever tests. He seems to be feeling better, so I'm hoping it has nothing to do with that. Let's take for 8 now. 8, he's a little. 3, 4, 5, 6. Then switch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take back that march. March, march. Good. And I'm just going to do a little tap to the side. I'm going to go tap, 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 and take the arms up in front. I call it a Superman. So like I'm taking off and flying. Tap, tap. This is a real good one for shoulders, especially if you can't do overhead stuff. Just taking them right there. Chest level is perfect. Take those hands to the back now. Push it back. Back. So we're doing a nice chest expansion. Back, back, back. Excellent. Now I'm going to pulse it a little bit. So I'm going to pulse it faster than my feet are going. That kind of makes our brain work a little bit. Fast. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Good. Take a little swim. Swim, swim. If you can't get that full rotation, bring the hands down to the shoulders. Let's take it back the other way. Same thing here. You take the shoulders back. I've talked a lot about that. When we think about rolling our shoulders from the elbow into the shoulder, it makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so you think about rolling, think about circling those elbows. Sometimes our shoulders and neck get so tight. And so those elbows can kind of help get that. Let's open up the chest right now. So let's take a little pull back. So I'm pulling back, really bringing the shoulder blades together in the back. I can't see it, black shirt here. And back, and back. Good, back. And let's take down in front. Give me a little down. Knock, knock. Knock, knock. And we go. Working this wrist. Now give me a big hug. Hug, hug, and hug. And hug. Good. That feels good. I'm missing my hugging muscles. So you have to hug your dog or your cat or your spouse or anybody that's right there in your inner circle, right? Yeah, hug your pillow. I don't know, I'm missing hugging. And march it out. Good. Let's take it forward for 4. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it back, right? 3, 4. Forward, 2, 3, 4, and back. Forward, 2, 3, 4. Out, out, and in. Back. Out, out, and in. Forward. Out, out, and in. Back. Out, out, and in. Forward. I'm going to change it up a little. Out, out, and in. I'm going to try and remember that. 3, 4. Out, out, and in. Getting my weights there. Out, out, and in. Back, 2, 3, 4, out, out, and in. Or just that regular 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Last one. Out, out, and march. March. Let's do a little cha-cha here. So I'm going to go forward, cha-cha-cha, and back. Cha-cha-cha, forward, and back. If I was going to do this in the chair, I'd go forward, cha-cha-cha, and I'd go forward again. Cha-cha-cha, forward, and forward, okay? But since we have a little room when we're standing, we can do the forward and back. And forward, and back. Forward. You get a little hip motion, maybe. Cha-cha-cha. 1, 2. Down. Next time around, I'm going to take it for a little side step. I'm going to take it side. Cha-cha-cha, and side. Cha and side. And side. Good. Side. Side. Now I'm going to take my right leg, bring it across for a little crossover step right here. Cross over. Cha-cha-cha, cross over. Cha over. Cross over. And I could, get a little fancy there. If I'm in the chair, I can cross and open, cross and open. So there's lots of different variations to all this stuff. Perfect. Marching it out. All right, so let's talk a little bit about some balance here. And I'm going to turn my chair a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to grab a sip of water. And we're going to do a chair squat, okay, or a chair balance. What we're doing. Okay, so chair balance, I'm going to come back like I'm going into a squat. Maybe I'm going to hold on to my chair. My knees and ankles in alignment. And then I'm going to extend my arm out. And I can extend it out front or out by my ears. Okay, so I can have it here. I could have it here in front. Some of us might just put it here on our thighs, or you might be holding onto your chair. Okay? So when we're in that chair squat, there's a little arch here in our back. Okay? Because we're kind of sticking our booty out like there's a chair right there and getting ready to sit down on. Okay? And again, the thighs, that's one way. Straight out here is another way. Up by your ears. So each time you move that lever, it's going to make it a little more difficult. Okay, and then bring it back and let's stand up. And when you stand up, make sure you bring that hip all the way in and the shoulder shoot back into that nice alignment. Okay, don't leave it out here. Go all the way back in. Now we're going to go back into that chair. So I'm dropping it back. I'm going to lift up one ankle. Okay. Hold it for a minute. Maybe I've got my arms out. Up. And then I'm going to bring that heel down. I'm going to lift the other heel up. Extend it out. Now we keep breathing. Keep a steady breath. Push it forward. Nice and tall. Okay? And then our final variation of that, and you can do any of the variations. I'm going to push the hips back. Okay? I'm going to put my arms wherever I'm most comfortable. I'm going to lift one heel up and then the other heel. Okay? It's called awkward pose, and you will know why when you try it. Now, I might just hold on here but have both heels up. Okay? So whatever variation, or maybe I'm going back to the one heel and then the other heel. All right? So I find that chair balance kind of interesting because you would think if both feet are on the ground, it would make it like a little easier. But we know that when we're up on our toes and trying to hold our balance, doesn't necessarily make that easier either, right? So anytime you take a part of the foot or a whole leg off the ground, the other leg is going to be more compromised and have to be stronger, right? All right, I'm going to turn the music off. So that we can hear a little better while we're doing our weights. And I'm going to sit down. And you can stand up as always, of course. So I'm just going to show the variation from here. All right, let's start today with triceps. And remember, the triceps are the muscles group underneath. Biceps is the group that's up on top. And I'm going to put one weight on my thigh and then put the other one my arm here, and I'm gonna lean forward a little bit, and I'm gonna kick it back. Okay, so these are called tricep kickbacks. And I wanna try to keep my gaze down and keep my body in the same form, just leaning forward just a little bit, and let the triceps do its work. It kicks back, kicks back, kicks back. Yeah, perfect. Good. Okay, I'm gonna take that same arm. We're gonna work this arm to fatigue. I'm gonna take it overhead and get a nice straight line here close to your face. Okay, and drop back like you're gonna scratch your shoulder blade. Okay, so it's kicked back there. Okay, and I'm gonna take it over and 2. Now, if your shoulders don't like this one, do a few more kickbacks. And 4, and 5, and 6, good. 7, and 8, perfect. Bring it back down. Maybe you lift the shoulders alternately a little bit there, okay? Now I'm gonna take the weight back and my palm is facing to the back wall and my arm's gonna be straight. Okay, and for a little bit, I'm gonna take it straight back. Now keep in mind, we know the rules. When the arm is a straight lever, it's gonna be a little more work for that arm. 6, 7, and 8, perfect. And then let's go ahead and go to the other side. So I'm gonna change weights over, and I'm gonna kick back. So I'm kicking it back. I gaze down to a nice, strong, long spine. And let's go for 10 here. And 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Perfect. Okay, go ahead, take that arm up overhead, nice and straight, and then dropping it back. You don't see it there, it's behind my shoulder blade. And 2, and 3, nice long extension. 4, should be able to feel your muscle there. 5, good. 6, 7, and 8. Nice. Okay, so now I'm gonna turn my palm to the back wall. Okay, lean forward a little bit, and I'm gonna take that back. 2, 3. And if any of these exercises hurt or don't feel good, don't do them. Okay, so don't be making yourself do things that don't feel good, because there's so many variations, right? I think that's 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. Roll the shoulders a little bit. Maybe take that neck side to side. And always remember too, like when the side stretch of the neck here, there's so many variations to this. I could take my hand and give it a little stretch, a little extra, just not much. I could extend my arm out to the side. I don't know if you can see my hand out to the side. I could flex that hand. Okay, so flex the wrist and push out. I could take my hand with the shoulder, push the shoulder down as I look to the side, okay? Other side, so the ear's coming to the shoulder, pulling down, extend the arm long, flex the wrist up. Try to make it so you guys can see that. Okay, or take the hand across. And of course, you guys, the other one I like is just the leaning. Hold on to the side of my chair and lean and get that side stretch. So it's really helpful as we're exercising. If anything feels tight, to just stop, take a moment, and give it a little stretch. Take a few nice deep breaths, swig of water. All those things are things that we need. Okay, so this is working the rotator cuffs in our shoulders. There's 4 muscles that are part of the rotator cuff. And you're kind of just taking it out to the side. My elbows are locked into the side there. Good. All right. I think I might have told you the other day I had a client who couldn't open his palms up, so we just did the hammer position, worked like a charm. So just always keeping in mind that all of us are so different and we've had such different lives, repetitive work or dangerous sports or car accidents or whatever it might have been, that makes your body just a little bit different than mine or your friends. But it doesn't mean that you can't do a lot of the same things. You just got to do a little bit very different variation. I think that's why there's so many different exercises, because they have to keep making new ones that work for everybody's body. All right, I'm gonna take the weight up, take it out, take it back and down, up and out, back and down, up and out, and down, up and out, and down. Good. Up and out, and down. Last one. Up and out, and back and down. Now, any of these exercises, you could do both of them together if you wanted. I find sometimes it's nice to work one side individually, so that you can feel which side needs a little more work or, has some issues. All right, let's go into those biceps now. So I'm just gonna take it up to the shoulders and down and up and down. 3 and 4 and 5. I need some Halloween ideas, Halloween costume. Simple things that I can wear. The other day I was somewhere and the place that I went to was having beard day. And one of the women had this little beard that looks like, if you've seen the show Loraxes, the Lorax or whatever it was, she looked like a little Lorax and she stuck the little beard on the bottom of her mask. And it was absolutely adorable. So I was trying to think of something that I could do that would be easy and cute because I like Halloween. All right, let's slow that down. Take it up. 1, 2, and then down 2. Let's keep in mind when we stop here midway, it makes your abs have to engage and stop it and bring it back. So stop, top, stop, and down. Stop, top, stop, drop, and roll. Stop to the top and down, and stop the top and down. Good. Let's get a little bicep and to the front with a little punch. So out, bring it down, and up, and punch. Bring it down, up, and punch. Again, if you want to do both hands at the same time, that's up to you. Just make sure you're being safe. And maybe if you're not using weights, which is fine too, you won't feel as much out and back, up and punch. Let's do one more each side, up and punch, and down, and punch. Good. I'm just gonna take my legs a little bit wider, and I'm just gonna take and give that little punch straight down. So I'm gonna take it down, and down, good, and down. Give that nice full extension in the arms. I've often talked about a healthy muscle is one that you can contract completely and you can extend it completely. So that kind of helps us know. Good. And then take those weights right by your shoulders, and on top of your shoulders, I'm just going to punch it straight up. And those legs back together, up and up. Give you a little overhead press, and up and up. Perfect. And up. All right, and last one. Good. And bring it back to center. Roll those shoulders. Good, nice breath. Roll that neck a little bit. All right, so now I'm going to work on the shoulders, the deltoid. It has the 3 different muscles, 3 different parts of the same muscle. We're going to start just by leaning forward a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take the weights up and down, and up and down. And exhale, inhale, exhale. So if you notice that when you exhale, it gives you a little bit more energy on the hardest part of the move. And last one here. All the way up and down. And just let them kind of, let's put one weight and let's stretch to one side and let that weight kind of carry us down a little bit. Good. And let's come to the opposite side and get that little stretch. Yeah, nice. And come back to the center. All right, let's go ahead and let's bring the hands palms up and then take it up for 2 and down. For those of you who are standing, remember we can always squat. Okay, so I would squat here, down. Okay, for those of us who are sitting, I want you to squeeze your glutes and relax. Squeeze your glutes and relax. And squeeze and relax. And squeeze and relax. Good. Let's take those arms by the side, nice and long, palms turned to the back. So as I'm taking it out to the side, I'm leading with the pinkies. Just take it out to the side and back, to the side and down, to the side and down. Good. Side and down. And maybe that's about 6 there. 6 and 7 and 8. Perfect. And bring it back to center. Roll the shoulders out. Good. I'm going to put one weight down for now. And I'm going to take that one weight, I'm going to hold both ends. I'm going to do my little lasso over my head. Get that little lasso. And take it back the other way. Perfect. And then I'm going to take it into one hand, and I'm just going to bring it over the side, and then I'm going to kind of lift my knee. I'm going to take it over the side and lift. If I'm standing, I can do the same thing, getting that side crunch in the obliques. If that's too much, do just the knee or just the arm overhead. And back, overhead, and down. Good. And last one, and let's switch sides. So I'm taking it over the head, bringing up the knee, overhead, knee, and knee. Perfect. All right, and last one. Very good. Going to put the weights down for a minute here. I'm going to grab a sip of water, and I'm going to grab a couple of other things here, along with my resistance band, okay? So, with the little magic loop, okay, this hoop, I could step inside of this hoop and put my thighs against it, and I can pulse out. I can just resist against it and hold it for a period of time, okay? I can do the same thing. So those are called magic circles. I can do the same thing, tying a band together and put that around my knees and get that resistance stretching out. Where earlier I was using the ball pulsing in. Okay, so it just gives you something to resist against. As you know, in class we have done hands and our legs pushing out, hands pushing in. Okay, so these are isometric exercises where the muscle really isn't going anywhere, but everything's working. Everything's working. And so if you have sore muscles or injury in the joints and stuff, this is a really nice way to work the muscles without the muscles having to glide over each other or the joints having to rub against each other. Okay, so I can push out this way. The other one that I like to do when I have just a resistance band, which I believe you guys all have, is I take it across the top and I wrap it around and I kind of hold it tight, okay? My feet, okay, so my toes and my heels are together. Sometimes people want to step apart or whatever, but I want to keep them together. I'm just thinking of a clamshell opening, you know? So the clamshell is going to open up and it's going to come back together. And I'm going to open that clamshell up and back together, open. So I'm resisting against it, just like I would against that magic ring or, the physical therapy bands or our resistance band or our hands. So there's all different kinds of ways to do things. And I think part of it is just to keep us from being bored. Do you guys remember, I think it was Suzanne Summers, and she had the thigh master. I think it was called the thigh master. And I think it was last Christmas or the Christmas before, one of my students had found one at a thrift shop and brought me in a thigh master. I hadn't seen a thigh master in 20 years or something, I don't know. All right, so you get that nice stretch there. All right, this next one, some of you may not be able to do them, and we'll just do it for a second, but what I'm going to do, this is one of my favorite things. If you have a chair with a hole in it, and you can pull your band over the top of it, okay? If you don't have that, I'm just going to have you stretch your shoulder across, okay? But what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the band over my right shoulder, okay? And I'm going to take my right shoulder and bring it towards my left knee. So if you don't have the band, you're just going to stretch across, okay? You're going to come up and you're going to stretch across. If you can loop your band in your chair, you're going to come across, and it really is a nice stretch for that low middle back. If you can get down to your gym, you can put these on a bar. There's like a ballet bar there or something. You can tie your resistance bands to that. Okay, coming across and coming across. Good. All right, and then I'm going to switch sides. So again, if you don't have the band, really take that shoulder and bring it across. You can take your legs a little farther apart and really push it across, or you can pull across. So all these exercises that we do, you can do them without any tools, okay, without weights, without bands, without resistance of the hands. But every time we add a tool, it adds just a little bit of extra oomph. Makes it a little more fun, makes your muscles work a little harder. So it's kind of nice to have some of the little toys, okay? And one last thing here, and I probably won't do this on the back of your chair because I don't know what kind of chairs you guys have in your rooms, but from here with the band behind me, and if you don't have the bands, you're just going to push out, okay? But if you have the bands, where's our band go? And I have people too that just put them behind their back and push out. So you can push out and then let them kind of pull back, bring your shoulder blades together and back, and push and back and push and back. Good. Push and push. Excellent. All the way out and back. Good. I'm going to unhook mine. So if you didn't see what I did here, just for future, if you want to try it, so take that loop and I put it through the hole in my chair and then stick the handles through it and pull. So it just gives me a little more variety of what I can do. All right, let's come back to the front here. I'm going to put my feet over the top, nice and sturdy. And I'm going to take and just kind of pull out to the side. Pull out to the side. Pull out to the side. And out. And then I'm going to alternate it. So I'm going to take one up and then the other. And up. And so when you work it out, it's kind of nice to alternate. It's nice to go slow, then go fast. It's nice to sometimes take it and pulse it and bring it down. All of these are going to get different reactions in your muscles and your body going, holy cow, what is that? And back, last one, up. All right, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to put that resistance band. And again, if anybody's interested, the magic circle. Those are fun. And the Pilates squish ball. You might have some of those. They might have something like this down there in the gym. And then these, of course, is just your, when you go to physical therapy, they always give you these TheraBands and you can tie them and do with them. I'm going to grab my weights one more time just for a couple of abdominal exercises here. So I'm going to take it across my shoulders. Again, you can do this without weights if you don't want to, if you want to. You have to do them with or without weights. Okay, so go ahead and lean back. And I want you to, without touching the chair, hopefully, so you have a little angle there. Okay, so I'm leaning back, got that angle, I hold it for a second, and then I'm gonna come up. You can turn sideways if that helps you to not take advantage of that chair. Maybe you can lean back a little further. Just don't lean back all the way. And come back up. You just want to engage those abs. Yeah, work a little back a little bit. Some of you might even want to bring the weights to your shoulders, but think about that's going to change the weight, and it's going to definitely, as you can hear my voice being strained, it's definitely going to change the weight on your abs there. Good. Now let's do one more for the abs here. So just bring weights up by your side, and I'm just going to kind of slowly come across elbow to knee and back, elbow to knee and back. If you don't want to do the weights with that, you can do it this way, okay? Just put the hands behind your ears and bring them across, okay? Because just lifting that knee up is going to add some core work. And oftentimes we want to go fast. That would be a little more cardio. This is definitely more strengthening. Okay, so when you're working out, kind of pay attention to, do I want a hard cardio workout? Do I need to strengthen my muscles, or am I trying to stretch my muscles? Okay, because sometimes any movement that we do is going to help something, but just kind of be aware of what you're trying to work on. All right, I think I'll put another song on and we'll finish up a little cool down, grab some water. So I think next week is going to finally start cooling down. We're going to start dropping to the low 90s. Morning's going to be chilly. Gotta love that, huh? Let's put something on here. My dog is a whole different creature because he's got that big full coat of hair, which is getting longer since we haven't cut it lately. In the early mornings, boy, he's just a little bullet man, just. And then as it gets hotter in the day, he's in there sleeping on the bed. Okay, give me a nice inhale up. Bring the palms of your hands together, hold your breath for a moment, and open it up to exhale down. This is a little mountain breath. Inhale up, and hold it, and exhale. Let's get one more. Inhale up, and hold, and exhale. That's a breath that Andrew Weil really promotes as helping you go back to sleep. So you wouldn't have your arms all fluid up. You'd be laying in bed, take an inhale, hold it for a second, and then exhale. Let's go ahead and stretch out with one arm, down the other. Maybe gazing up or down. Good. And take one hand back and one hand to the front. Get a little spinal twist there. Take that left hand up, right hand down. Getting kind of side body, side to side stretch. Take that hand back. Get a little twist. Bring it all the way up. Take those arms in front of you. Now pull the shoulders back into their sockets, kind of like you're up against the wall. So you want your head, shoulders, everything in line. Okay, then I'm going to let go from my chin, bring it to my chest. I'm going to release my shoulders. Okay, so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so pull the shoulders back, and then I'm going to take the chin down. I'm going to release. See how my shoulders should come out. And then I'm going to lean forward, just reaching forward. Okay, and I'm going to pull back. I'm going to roll up one vertebra at a time. Pull my shoulders back and pull my head up. So this is a little spine stretch, okay? All right, so the shoulders are back. Drop your chin to chest, release the shoulders, let them come out, and then come forward just a little bit. Those fingertips might come out just a little past your toes. Your back's getting a little rounded, okay? And then come back up one vertebrae at a time. That back starts to flatten out. The shoulders come back into socket and the head pops back up. Good. Take it out to the side. Give me a few rolls here. And a few rolls back. Good. And then just kind of pulse it to the front. And turn the palms back and pulse it to the back. And bring it back down. Roll. All right, so I had gone out to Apple Andes a few weeks ago, and there wasn't a whole lot left, and we had our dog who wouldn't let us pick apples, so we just bought some apples, but I've heard there's not many left, so we're going to pick the rest of the apples today. Okay, so you're going to start, you're going to reach up, and they're going to be hard to find because there's not many apples left. And if you don't know Apple Andes, it's out in Wilcox. So I'm going to reach up, I'm going to pick an apple, grab that apple, and I'm going to put it in the basket. And then I'm going to reach up, grab another apple, and then offer it to my friend. Okay, I'm going to reach up, grab another apple, put it in the basket. Oh, I'm going to reach up over here, get another apple, and I'm going to offer it to my friend. Okay, get another apple, there's one up there, put it in your basket. And one more, find the apple, and offer it to your friend. Okay, other side, let's get the other side of the tree. Find that apple, and I'm really reaching up high to get that apple, really stretching out. And I put it in the basket. And then reaching up another apple and bring the hand in. I'm turning and offering it to a friend. So one for me, one for you. Reach back, get the apple, put it in the basket, and reach up and offer it to a friend. If you like apple bread, ooh, Apple Andes makes really good apple bread. Reach up. But they used to make Dutch apple pie. I think it's time to give it to a friend. I don't know. Let's do one more round. Oh, there's one back here. Apple, put it in the basket. And there's one. Offer it to a friend. All right, so now there's just a couple more left, but we're going to do both hands at the same time. So I'm going to reach up and get two apples. I'm going to give one to myself and one to my friend. And reach up. Grab that apple. Uh-oh, I'm out of time. Reach. And reach up. And offer one to the basket. And one to your friend. This is your coordination. Last one. Reach up. And one to your friend, one to the basket. All right. I think I ran a minute or so over. Hopefully they didn't click me off. And hopefully you guys have a wonderful week. And we will see you next week. Always feel free to leave me a chat if there's something you want me to focus on. I get every once in a while people saying, oh, my hips or my shoulders or my knees or whatever. And I'm happy to accommodate that. So until we see you again, have a good week. Bye.